Yo guys, Dmonty here with another video on 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross. So in today's video, we got quite a bit I want to talk about. There's a lot of misconception about like the strongest units in the game as far as CP goes. So I wanted to do a video kind of talking about this a little bit and kind of show you guys some of the strongest CP units in the game. And some units that kind of surprised me that were really like high up here on this list. So without further ado, let's just hop right into this. We're going to be going primarily over HP attack and defense, just because that's kind of what everybody looks like. Like, there's a lot of other, crit resistance, there's crit damage, there's a whole lot of other substats in the game. But people, for when they're trying to like break high CP, they look at HP, attack, and defense. So I wanted to show you guys some of the most powerful units in the game, and you'll be shocked by this list. But you really have to look at things because there are outfits in the game, and because there's outfits, it really does change like what this top tier list looks like as far as base stats go and like highest HP attack and defense. So we'll go over that here. It's just Discord is driving. Oh, it's because it's caught on my desk. So we'll go over kind of like the strongest units here and why you got to kind of be careful here when you're looking at these lists and trying to build your highest CP team. Okay. All right. Did I close blue? No, we got blue stacks open. Perfect. Okay, so guys, this is sorting. This is from the 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross website. This is not the official website, but this is sorting everybody by CP. Malice Kula is really high up here. And there's a couple units that I was really surprised to see here, like Slater, Elizabeth, Blue Elizabeth. Like, I didn't expect to see these guys, but they're up here on the highest CP list. I gotta look a little bit more into when you're sorting it by CP if that is actually true. But we're not, when you're building these characters, you're not really necessarily building them, like, let's click on Elizabeth. She has really high recovery rate, for example. You're not going to build this Elizabeth with, like, via recovery rates. You're going to build her HP attack and defense, right? So you really got to look at this, and you got to kind of determine, when trying to build your CP team, like your big PP team, like, if you want big numbers, this is the team that you run. You got to look at this and not sort it by CP, because if you do so, unless you build the character absolutely correctly, which is not easy to do, it's not going to be the highest CP that you could possibly get. All right, so first couple, let's go over attack first. We'll go over attack, defense, and they'll go over HP, okay? So we're going to sort the units by attack with the highest attack stat in the game, and this right here is going to surprise the living crap out of you. So the unit with the highest attack stat in the game, base stat, is actually Millim. That was a shock to me, but it kind of makes sense, and I'll show you guys why. So let's open up blue stacks real quick. I got Benny Maru up. So let's open up blue stacks, and the reason why Millim has such an I didn't click that. The reason why Millim has such an insane attack power, if I can find her up here, I believe she is, yep, she's right there. The reason why she has the most insane attack stat in the game is simple. And this is what I was talking about earlier in this video, is she doesn't have any equipable weapons. So that is freaking huge. You cannot get the highest CP you possibly can by running Millim on your team. Even though she has the highest base stat, you're not going to have any weapons for this character. So you really got to look at that, okay? I've been really, like, I see this in the background. You must see the anime. I want to see this movie Primaire. It's by one of my favorite companies, Trigger. They make Gurren Lagann, Kill la Kill. They make one other one that I really like. Gurren Lagann, Kill la Kill, and I can't think of the other one off the top of my head. Oh, Darlene the Franxx. They also make Darlene the Franxx. So I'm going to go check that out probably after this video, now that I see that. Okay. So that's why you got to kind of look at things when building your CP team, is because if they don't have equipable weapons, same thing with Benny Maru. He does have a couple weapons on there, but here's another thing that you got to look at. Like, if you want like a high CP team, Benny Maru only has an SR and a UR weapon. You can't UR the whole thing out, and he's very limited on his outfits as well and his hair pieces. It's like what's there is there. There's probably never going to be another Benny Maru card, just like there's never going to be another Millim card to get more outfits and stuff for your characters. So you got to look at that, all right? Also, like you look at, if you're looking at units for attack power that you do the most damage, you really got to look at the cards as well. Yeah, Benny Maru has 580 attack power, but let's go take a look at Benny Maru really quick and look at like his percentages on his attacks. Benny Maru right here. Let's go take a look. Right, he only has one attack card. It's this one right here. A gold does 275% inflicts weak point, so that's cool. 275% of attack on one enemy. And weak point damage against debuffed enemies ×3. So if you look at that, if the enemy is debuffed, it's going to do a lot of damage. But I don't know. Me personally, I'm not a huge fan of Benimaru. I mean, if you times that by 3, that is insane numbers. But if you go take a look at somebody like Escanor up here, and you look at one of just like his attack cards right here, it does 500% attack damage, gives him 2 ult gauge orbs. You guys know his ult's insane. This one right here is only 300%, but it increases the damage. Like, Escanor's a great card. All right, so let's get into one more unit that I want to talk about that is so deceiving is Dildry. Now, just kind of look. Let me show you this defense. Dildry number 2, HP. Dildry number 5 in the game, and Dildry is also number 3 as far as base attack stat. Like, what the actual hell, right? But go take a look at Dildry. Dildry, I might be saying her name right. Dildry. Let's go take a look. If you look, she is the only one so far in the game for the global side. Only has 1 SR weapon. Has 1 headpiece that I think is a cosmetic that you get from just Hero Affinity, which I haven't done yet because I don't use Dildry. But you got to look at that when building your CP team, okay? All right, so let's go look at actual units that don't suck with high attack stat. Okay, so Milim, Benimaru, Dildry, Red Helbram. Now, this one was kind of surprising. Red Helbram is actually a very, very strong unit. I believe his attack card goes up to 450% on gold. I'm not, yep, 450% on gold. So he is actually super viable. He's in almost every banner, guys. He's easy unit to get SA6. This is a unit if you want a high attack stat. He has lots of weapons. He is actually very, very good, okay? He has a CC. His ultimate removes shields. And he's a great linking unit. So this is a unit that you want an 80 and 6-star just because his attack stat is absolutely insane. And he is able to get pretty high CC. Alright. So next unit I want to talk about for attack stat. Obviously, this is like an attack and defense unit, guys. If you want to run like the highest units for your CP team, you need to run HP defense on the HP units. That's how you get the biggest numbers in the game, and their sub characters need to be HP defense as well. All right, so the other Green Helbram, dude, this guy's good, but I don't like his cards very much. Like, you look here, the most you can do is 180% to all enemies and increases attack related stats. So even though you build him, he's never going to do a whole lot of damage. He inflicts that poison crap, but I don't know. He just doesn't hit very hard. So this is the unit I kind of tend to avoid. I've pulled probably 20 of them. And to be honest, I haven't fed a single one into him. I've used them all as coin shop. Okay, so this one was a little surprising to me. And I can't actually believe this. Red Gother has one of the highest attack stats in the game. Now, Red Gother is kind of limited on weapons, but there is a lot of potential there for Gother to get more weapons. There's a lot of Gother cards in the shop. There's a lot of Gother units. And Red Gother is literally on every team almost. His attack is only 180%, disables all for 3 turns. But my buddy Hawaii, you guys have seen me stream with him. He actually has an SA6 Gother. I think he runs attack and defense on him. And this dude literally ults for 300k on the demons that we run. So he can be very, very strong if built correctly. The only problem is he is an AoE unit, so you're not going to see the high numbers on one unit, but it is spread apart. His attack stat is absolutely through the roof, and his defense stat, if I'm not mistaken, we'll go over defense here, is also through the roof. Okay, Rimuru falls in the same class as Milim and Benimaru. I would not... I 86-star mine, and I run attack and defense on him. However, he does have quite a few SSR and UR weapons because of the slime event. It's just... I don't know, bro. Rimuru, I don't feel like you can never pull another one to SA6 him, so unless you SA6 him when he was here, he's not a good unit to run on your CC team. Alright, so last 3, actually, I want to go over. I'm surprised Red Meliodas, yeah, there we go. Red Meliodas is right there. Okay, so Gallon has and Escanor are tied on attack power. Gallon, if you look at their stats here, they're pretty similar. I find it funny because you think of the show, right? You think of the show and just how much Escanor, kind of spoiler, destroys Gallon. But we got 560 attack power, 560 attack power, so they're the same right there. Defense, 350, 380. and HP 7,000, 7,000 for their base stats. So leveled up, they have one of the highest HP stats in the game. This is why I actually run Gallon on my CC team. Even though I don't really have a good linking buddy for him, I can't get more CC than any unit than when I have Gallon. His HP is through the roof, and his defense is not horrible. 350 is a really strong defense stat. Not quite as good as Escanor's, but it's insane, right? A couple honorable mentions: Slater, 550, 550, Jericho, 550, and Red Melly. This kind of surprised me, was 542, so it kind of just starts dropping off over there. All those units are completely viable for your CC team with your attack and defense gear. All right, best 2 attack and defense units, in my opinion, for stats are these guys right here, Gallon and Escanor. When I'm running my CC team, I put attack and defense on them. You can also run HP defense because their HP is through the roof, so that is completely viable as well. All right, moving on to defense. Let's look at purely defense, guys. This one was a little surprising to me. Units with the highest defense, you see a lot of the mages, which mages in general are just kind of like supposed to be squishy. So whatever. Valente has the highest defense stat in the game at 480, which I thought was kind of weird. She is a very, very tanky unit, so if you run 6 pieces of defense on this girl, she can actually get pretty high up there for CC, and that's with 6 defense pieces. Her HP isn't bad, too, at 6,000. Actually, that is kind of bad. But defense, it's through the roof, okay? All right, Deldry, we talked about her. She is kind of because of her outfits and stuff. Valente, I believe, like, there's going to be more Valente cards because it's a Grand Cross unit. She's on a lot of banners. And they do throw some outfits, some UR outfits at us, but they are pay to play. Okay. Malice Kula. These 2 Malice Kulas that were just released earlier this week, I would say they have the 2nd highest defense stat. I'm not counting Deldry in the game. Well, tied with Merlin. So Malice Kula and Merlin are the tied. No, I'm sorry. 430. Excuse me, 430 to 420. So Malice Kula is higher. Screen's tiny what I'm looking at right now, so it's a little harder to see. So highest defense stat, Malice Kula, Merlin, and Merlin. So the only thing about these guys is they are lacking on the HP department. 5,800, 5,800. Merlin does have more HP. And as far as attack stat goes, we saw a unit with 600 attack. So you can see they're not too far off. They're in the 540s, which is not bad. So they have really, really high base stats, right? Okay. So here's the big one that I want to talk about. Honorable mentions. Let's do some honorable mentions here. And this guy right here is so well balanced. I love Red Arthur on a lot of CC teams. His stats are 520, 385 for defense, and 6,200. It's not the best, and I'm actually really surprised to see Elaine here with higher stats, which is kind of crazy now that I think about it. But Elaine has higher stats all around than Arthur. Hauser. Let's see, Hauser is missing a lot of that attack power, but he excels in HP defense. I run an HP defense set. I made a UR HP defense set on my Hauser. Hendrickson is not one that I actually expected to see here. He's at 410, 670. His attack is so lackluster, though, at 460. And the 2 Merlins, I'm just not going to lie to you. It's probably best to make your UR sets, like, hit all your sins. Flat out. I made a Hauser set, which I probably shouldn't have done, but make a UR set for all your sins. I know on the global side of the game it's not available yet, but prioritize Merlin, Gother, Melly, Deanne, because they're always going to release more sin cards, and it goes to every single version of them. So always do that, okay? All right, so let's go into the big one here, and this is HP. Now, we talked about these 2 guys a second ago. Gallon and Escanor are 2 of the highest CC units in the game currently. But what really surprised me is how close Green Bond and Red Bond is. Hold on one sec. Skip the music there. Okay. Green Bond and Red Bond are on this list, like right behind these guys. Their defense is so much weaker, though, which kind of gives them a huge disadvantage, because when you're going to run for a CC team, you're going to run HP defense. And it, like, the Gallon and Escanor are leagues above them, like leagues above Bond. But Bond can get really high HP, okay? Deldry, again, she's always freaking up here. I don't know why. Slater has super high HP, which I didn't realize until just now. 6,700 is really good. He also has a super high attack stat, but his defense is so tiny. And why that's important is because if you're going to run for CC and you're going to run HP defense, Slater is not going to give you the most CC just because his defense is poo-poo, okay? Defense does give quite a bit of CC, so missing that is it's gonna hurt you. Now, this guy Hendrickson, 6,700 and 410 defense. His defense is higher than Gallon and Escanor's, and his HP is a little bit lower. It actually makes me want to invest a little bit more into Hendrickson and see what I can do as far as CC goes. So I might just actually do that. Now, Grimoire. This is a unit that I SA6, level 80, 6-star, and I actually am making a UR set for him. He's a great sub-character, especially for Big Blue Deanne, which will go over here in just a second. So I love Grimoire. He's kind of lacking. He actually has a lot of outfits, but you got to purchase a lot of them. My Grimoire is sitting at like something like 45k CC, so I definitely like the unit overall. I don't regret SA6ing him, and I don't regret 80ing him. I never use him in actual combat. He is a primary sub-character, and his stats are so high with the equipment I have on him. Even with like a linking buddy, his stats are still higher just being on him because he's level 80, SA6, 6-star, and has crazy SSR gear. So I love Grimoire, and I'm actually thinking about doing a Hendrickson because of making this video, actually. Now, the Deannes. There's 3 Deannes right here. Their stats are pretty similar. Green Deanne, actually, holy crap. She has higher stats than the blue Deanne. However, you're gonna have to SA6 her if you want to use her as a sub character. Deanne is a very, very commonly used character. There's gonna be a lot of Deannes in the game. I highly recommend making a UR set. I made an HP defense set for Deanne, which her defense is actually a lot lower than I thought it was. It was 200. Oh, that's not the right one. Where's oh, right here. So this is the Deanne that I primarily use, and I'm realizing the green Deanne stats are actually a little bit better. So I'm still gonna like my UR Deanne. You guys seen it in my videos. She's insane. She sits at like something like 46 or 47k CC and has HP UR defense gear. Can go to all these Deannes as well. There's 4 Deannes in the game if I'm not mistaken. Actually, I think there's 5 because the blue SR one's not here. So very, very interesting on her. Yeah, I'm gonna save all my copies of Green Deanne and SA6er after seeing this. Her stats are actually higher than her down here. She has higher attack, higher defense, and higher HP. So I'll get more HP out of that. It's insane. Huh. I'm actually happy I made this video. Elaine is a shocker, man. She's down here as well. I don't see myself making a UR. I could have SA6 Elaine. Now I'm kind of regretting it. Dang. Anyways, guys, that's gonna pretty much like conclude the video. I'm kind of just talked about which units have the highest substats. 2 the best, obviously Escanor, Gallon. I love Blue Deanne, and the fact that you can buy her for the coin shop is great. Red Bond surprised me a little bit up here with his high ass HP. So I'm definitely gonna make a Bond UR set. And usually Bonds you want to go attack and defense, but his HP is so damn high. It's a matter if you want big PPCC. You guys know what I'm talking about. Like, I want to be the best in the guild. Well, you're gonna have to build this guy HP, you know, an HP set because his HP is through the roof if you SA6 him. But at the same time, if you want big numbers, like and have an easier time running your raids, he's gonna need attack and defense because he's an attack unit, you know. So it's just like, well, guys, that's gonna conclude the video. My main team. Let me show you what I run for my main team overall. Hopefully I have it set up here. Actually, I don't think I do. I can show you this way. I can show you this way. Hold up. Oh, it's so weird. I've been doing missions all day, but it's my first time going to the tavern. I'll show you this part really fast and kind of show you what I do for my combat class. I'm not the best in the world or anything like that. I'm trying to be. I'm in the top 50 for overall box CC, and I'm currently, you know, I'm missing 2 characters, so I can't get in the top 1 because of that reason. But let me show you my knighthood really quick, and I can actually show you my registered combat class CC, which has actually gone up a little bit. I haven't updated it. I'm waiting for somebody to beat me, and usually I'll wait for somebody to pass me, and I'm like, ho ho, hell yeah, top 0%. I am going to take that. All right, And let's go pray really quick while we're here, and I'll show you my combat class. Guys, we do have 4 guilds also. If you're interested in joining one, make sure to use Discord in the description. And damn right, we've got a UR chest. I'm pretty strict on my guildies, man. If they don't log in, I fine them the daily gold. Like, seriously, I fine them the daily gold requirement for the next day if they don't log in. It's just because we want the UR chest every day. So I'm pretty strict on them, but they do a really, really good job. Now, my registered combat class, let me see, team, well, I'm 191, but this is the team. They're not geared out right now, but this is the team I normally run just because it has some of those units we talked about. My Green Jericho, we didn't really talk about her too much, but she has really high attack stat. I have her linked to Escanor, even though they're not like Fate Link, but my Jericho's S66, 6-star, and has great gear. Blue Deanne, Hauser, we talked about that crazy HP. And we talked about Gallon, why the attack stat is so, like, attack and defense and HP. His defense is okay, but his HP and attack stat is through the roof. So attack and defense on Escanor and Gallon, HP defense on Hauser and Deanne make for an awesome team. All right, guys, I rambled on for 20 minutes. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you want to see more videos like this where I talk about a little bit more in depth on the characters, if you guys want to see, like, I can go more in depth on green characters, blue characters, I can go like what units I like to use the most. Let me know in the comments. Give me some ideas for videos, and I'll give you a shout out just like I did Sivnov at the start of this one. And I'll see you guys all in the next video. Laters. Outro.
身勝手の心